Facebook ads. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up a lead gen ad for sellers. So this is one that I've run for a few of my clients, and it has shown quite a bit of success. But it's great to learn how to do it yourself so that, number one, you know how to do Facebook ads because they are a very important thing to learn how to do. But also, you're able to customize it and change it up when you see the results aren't going right. So the best thing I find about Facebook ads is that, you might be spending $10 a day, $20 a day, but if it's not working, you can pause it at any time, which is really handy. But you can also make changes and edits to it at any time as well. So it can be, a really handy thing. You're not putting out however many $1,000 it is to run a banner ad at a bus stop, and it might not work. It might be in the wrong spot, or you might have the wrong creative, and all that money's gone. All right. So first step is you want to go to your business page if you're running it from there, or your personal page. I'm going to go to my test business page, which I use for all of these demos. So I'm in here now. So this is my business page. So got the Facebook profile, which you have like friends with, and then you've got your business page, which you get likes from. So I'd prefer to use the business page for advertising. Then we're going to go down here on the left-hand side where it says Meta Business Suite, and we're going to click that one. All right.
Hi, Sandy.
Hello. All right. So we're going to press All Tools.
1:30.
It's perfect. I cancelled properly because Marianne's not going to make it. Taking a wobbly.
All right. And on the side, we've pressed All Tools. Now we're going to go down to Ads Manager. So this Ads Manager here opens up to a whole new tab. And this is where I think the best ads on Facebook are run from, is the Ads Manager. So you know how like when you post on Facebook or Instagram, you do your little post and then you can press boost post. That doesn't have the same capabilities as running ads from the Facebook Ads Manager. Well, it's called Meta Ads Manager now, but you got way more control of where your ad goes. So in the different spots on Facebook and Instagram, who you're targeting. So you can target people like your website audience, which I'll show you in a bit. And the actual ad creative itself, you can create on a much greater scale and changing it up for different formats. So I think this is the best way to do it. Up here, you'll see you can select your ad account. So I've got a few different ad accounts because I run a lot of ads, but most of the time you just want to make sure that it's got your name or your business page up at the ad account. If you haven't run ads like this yet, you will be prompted to create an ad account. It's a really simple process and Facebook will step you through the way. So once you've done that, you're going to be put up to a page like this. And if not, you might have this over the side. So just move it over and you'll get a page like this. So this is campaigns. So when we go here, we can press this green button that says create. When we go ahead and do that, we're given a few options. So I'm not going to run through all of them today because I could spend 12 hours talking about Facebook ads right now because there's so many different types. For this seller lead gen ad, we're going to click leads. And we're going to press continue. This particular ad that I'm running, I have run for another agent who I work with. And I think it generated within the first month around 80 leads. So these were all leads on the Gold Coast in their local area, which they had submitted their property in for this ad. So it was really cool. It worked really well. So it's great if you guys give it a go. I'd love to hear how it works for you guys as well. So for the name up the top, this is only we can see the name. So just call it, you can call it seller lead gen ad. Just call it something that makes sense and something that you'll remember. So nobody else is seeing this. Most importantly, if you take one thing away from this, categories. You want to select housing. So I have a lot of people ask me about, oh, my ad account gets blocked and it's been blocked a few times. A lot of the time, if you're not clicking that housing ad category, you'll get your ad account blocked. So if it's anything to do with real estate, Facebook require you to run it in that housing category. Make sure you've got Australia selected for the country here. So we're going to leave this A/B test. We're going to leave that, and we're going to leave that off. That's something for another day. All right, we'll press next. So just to give you a bit of context here, this first little section, which we were just in, this is all about the campaign. So this is the overarching goal of the ad. It's like, we want leads from the ad, and this is what it's called, and these are the special ad categories. Then in the middle, this one here, it's called the ad set. We're going to name it Seller Lead Gen Ad Set. The ad set is all about what conversion you want, who you're targeting, and the budget. So it's a lot of the nitty-gritty stuff within the ad. So it's like the back end of the ad. So this is arguably one of the most important parts of an ad. So if you just keep watching this, and when you're ready to run your ad, step through it, it'll all make sense. All right, so you got a few different options. My favorite is if you've got a website, you can select website, and you can actually send people through to a contact form on your website. It can be that simple. Otherwise, if you don't, or if you're not sure about your website, you don't really like it, instant forms is what I used when this agent that I ran this ad for got those 70 to 80 leads. Instant forms is good because it doesn't take the person outside of Facebook when they see the ad. They just fill in a Facebook form with their details, and it gets sent straight to your email. All right, so I'm going to click instant forms. Facebook page, I've got a bunch in here, but you would select the correct Facebook page that you want this associated with. So it would most likely be your business page. All right. We're going to leave all this, maximize number of leads. We'll leave that as the performance goal. Budget. So always select daily budget. I would say between $10 and $20 a day is enough for these sort of ads. The good thing about this is that if it's not working, you can turn it off before it spends more than 40 bucks. I ran this ad at $20 a day. And if you can run it at $20 a day, I think that's optimal. Start and finish, that depends on when you want to start and finish. Very self-explanatory, that. And now we're into audience. So this is where all the cool, important things happen. So you can go ahead and select and create custom audiences, like from your website activity. You can put in your email database. People who've watched a video on your account, people who've visited your Instagram account or Facebook page. We're not going to worry about that for now, but they are some of the options you have. So if you think outside of seller lead gen ads, like your listing ad, like an ad for one of your listings or for one of your properties, that can be really cool. So you can have people who've already visited your website, know who you are. You can send those ads out to them. But for this, what we're going to do is we're going to go to location, and we're going to target geographically people in your area. So depending on where you are, just zoom in on the map. And what you want to do, so I'm in Brisbane. I live in Paddington, which is over here. What I could do if my main area is Paddington and Ashgrove and Barden and Milton, I could drop a pin right in Paddington. And then I can select the radius here of how far I want this ad to go. So if I go 6 kilometers, that would most likely be all around the areas that I service. So that's how you can run it. You can go all the way down to 1 kilometer. So you can get really targeted with this stuff. You can also just target blank locations like Brisbane, which would target everyone in Brisbane if you're wanting to run ads a bit more broad. Age, I like to leave age open. I don't think there's any reason to make it too specific. Sometimes people have their incorrect age on Facebook as well, so just keep that in mind. Gender, I would leave it open. Detailed targeting. You can put in all sorts of interests and behaviors. So mortgage brokers, you can put in realestate.com.au, which is my favorite one. You can put in all sorts of things. Just think about what would someone who's selling, or if you're running this for someone who's buying, what would they be interested in and what would they be looking at if they were searching up things about selling properties? So I think realestate.com usually works the best. So if you put in realestate.com.au and you press the one, if you see here, there's one that says employers and one that says interests. You go ahead and press the interests. So otherwise you'd be targeting all the employers, which is sort of not really needed. All right, languages, leave that open. Let's go a little bit more broad on here. Let's go 10 kilometers. All right. So if you want to broaden this up a bit more, so this, as you can see, the reach here isn't huge. You can choose other additional interests to make it a bit bigger. So just think about things your sellers might be interested in. Hello, Eric. How are you? You'll get this recording, so don't worry about missing part of it. It'll be all good. All right. Let's go down to placements now. So placements are where your ad is actually shown. So if we go here and press edit, we don't want this advantage plus. We want to select manually where this ad is going to go. So if I go to feeds, I like to leave on the feeds and stories and reels. And then I'm going to go ahead and deselect, unselect all of these. So no in-stream ads, no search results, no messages, and no apps and sites. They're typically low quality placements and they don't work well for your ad. So this means that now your ad is only going to be shown in these areas of Facebook and Instagram, which I think is the best way to run it. All right, that's good. We'll press next. So I'm getting all these little crosses here. It's because this is like a test ad account that I do a lot of my previews and demos on. So don't you guys shouldn't have those red things popping up. All right, so you select the correct, first of all, let's name this ad. So this is now what we're doing is the actual ad itself. So what are people going to see? This is the content that people are going to see on Facebook. So we're going to write, this is seller lead ad. Identity, so that's the Facebook page and Instagram account. You'll just select, obviously, your Facebook page and Instagram account there. Now we're going to keep it as create ad here. So you can also use an existing post. But we're going to press create ad. And here is where we add the media. So I'm going to add an image that I used for that other ad that I was telling you about. This is what I used. This one here. Wait for it to load. And we'll press next. So it was just simple that I made on Canva. It's a property that they had sold. This is just a demo, so I removed his name. Sell your home with ABC Realty and selling under 21 days on market with a little 5-star there. So it's just a nice, catchy photo, which stands out, and it worked really, really well. So now what we're going to do with this stories and reels, see how it's cropped it? We're going to press original so that it's in there so you can see it. Press next. And we won't worry about any of this. So we'll press done. All right. So now we've got this inside our ad and the primary text. So this is where you write something catchy. Want to know what your property in the Gold Coast is worth, or in your suburbs, obviously. Click learn more below to find out. And then you could write a little bit about your services underneath. Utilize things like ChatGPT to help you out with writing this stuff. And then you might even put a link to your website. So down there as well. Headline. We can write find, that's what popped up here. So we'll write out, find out your property value, whatever you would want to say, depending on what you want. Now we're going to leave description out. We don't need that. Where it says here, call to action, we're going to click learn more. All right. So that's that done. That's like a preview, what it looks like. As you can see there. Now, destination, this is where it's actually going to go. So when you press learn more, where does that actually go to? So if we press create form, this creates a form within Facebook that your leads will then see. So I like to press, well, it depends on what you want. If you want more quality leads, you can do higher intent and make sure that people confirm their email. So they've got to write it in twice so that they don't accidentally make a mistake when they're typing it out. We'll name this form seller lead gen. And then you just run through. This is all very basic stuff, which I won't show you how to do because all of you will know how to do this. But you just go through each of these. The questions that you ask most likely are what is your email address? What is your name? And what suburb or postcode do you live in? Or you could even ask them for the address. So then when that lead comes in, you just pick up the phone and you just reference that, hey, just saw your lead come in through the ad on Facebook. Let us know when we can come around and appraise your property or give you some more information about your property. Go ahead, press create form. Now it might tell me that I haven't done anything. So you would have to run through and do all that. And that is good to go. So that form will then sit in here and it should have a little green tick next to it to tell you that it's all good. We'll leave all of the tracking out for now. That stuff you can set up at a later date. So then your ad's going to look like this here. It's going to say, find out your property value. And when people press learn more, it's just going to go to that form. They just fill out their details and that gets sent straight to your email. When you're done, you go ahead and press publish. And then it'll take Facebook up to 10 hours before it has to, I think they've got like an AI in there and it just double checks your ad, make sure it's not going across any community guidelines. And it'll take about 10 hours or sometimes it can take just a few. And then that ad will be all good to go. You'll get sent an email and Facebook will say, hey, this ad has been sent out to your audience. And if you want to track how it's going, so you'd press publish, it'll come up here. So see how I've got set up error? That's because I haven't done it in my legitimate ad account. But here on the side, you would be able to look at the results, the reach, impressions, and you can also see conversion rate ranking. So that'll give you a little ranking result there. Other than that, you'll get sent all of your leads, which is really, really cool. They get put straight into your email. So as soon as you see them, if you've got time, you can pick up the phone and ring up. Other than that, that's how you set up a seller lead gen ad. I will send you guys a copy of this. It'll be posted in our Facebook group. So there's a link in the email that you got before to tell you to jump into that Facebook group. So if you just jump into there, it's no spam or salesy stuff in that. It's all value content. You'll get a link to view this recording, which will be really good. So I advise you guys, if you are wanting to set up one of these ads, just go ahead and have a look at that video. You can do it as I'm showing you, or as I said at the start, I've got a step-by-step guide, which I'll include in this. So you can just go through and use that. But thank you for jumping on. I'm really appreciative of your time that you spent here, but if you do want to use it to the best of your advantage, make sure you give this Facebook ad a go because it's actually really simple to set up once you go out and do it. And you'll get lots and lots of success out of this, as I've seen from multiple